Hey everyone! Oh my gosh, welcome to another stream. Uh, this is the first time I've streamed with a good camera in a long time, and for once, we get Nemo again. For many of you who weren't here last stream, Nemo is a fish my sister won me at a thing we did the other day, and I am really happy to, have a little fish plushie. Not to say that I don't like fish, I do. I just don't have a lot of sea creature plushies very often. Like, I have another penguin, um, and like I have one that's like dressed up like an octopus. But then beyond that, it's just Nemo in me. And like I said, I haven't used a good camera in forever, and I think a lot of you guys are like, "Oh my god, she's using the good camera! Woohoo!" So hi. But basically, you know, using the good camera this time. I have my plushie Nemo with me, and I kind of just wanted to do a just chatting stream, like full on just chatting. I don't know about gaming anything today, and if I'm in the mood, we'll probably react to something. Um, just there's been a lot going on in my life, and there's been so much as the I feel like my stream titles are getting more dramatic as I go, but I feel bad because I promised you guys that I'd be here on Wednesday and Thursday, and clearly I did not keep that promise very well. So I'm here on Friday to make that up. And yes, I have my fish Nemo. But yes, so much has been happening. I've been working. I've been thinking about moving, which is a really big thing for me. And don't get me wrong, I've been in the moving process stuff before. I've done it before. It is stressful. It is a very different course of action, but it is something. And for once, I'm doing a just chatting stream again. This is a very different feeling for me. I don't just do this half the time. Oh yeah, and also I finally got into the book I'm reading. That, mind you, when I went to college, went meaning like I went for like 3 years and then dropped out because um is that book just I'm not joking. The first few pages, I didn't even get to like the third page. I think I read like the first two pages and I was like, huh? Because also for many of you guys who want to, I am on Twitter as well as as well as Instagram. That's where a lot of my notifications for these you know that's where a lot of my notifications for all of this stuff is. So if you want to go check it out, go ahead. I just linked it in chat for you. Go ahead. It's there for your free leisure. But yeah, there's just been a lot going on in my life right now. I don't know how long I'm going to stream for today. I did have other plans. Like I did make a plan with somebody to stream something with them. They haven't gotten back to me fully about it, so it's still on the table, and it's going to be a little different than what I do normally. So besides just chatting with you guys here and playing random games that I can play, because once again, I state this every this moment, I currently stream off of a laptop, and sometimes that means I'm using my laptop camera, which is like 720p, maybe a little less, and then I stream off of this camera that I bought, and that's a 1080p. And so I do what I can, and the stream I had in mind revolved around using both of these cameras, or possibly streaming off my phone, as well as then having to set up a different camera and then figuring out how we're going to interchangeably switch between them. But yes, I still have a certain set of streams in mind. I don't have a schedule yet. I'm trying to figure out making a schedule with streaming on here, especially because one, I work another job on top of this besides doing this stuff, and I do what I can with what I've got. So, I'm like, hey, passionate about streaming, doing what I can, got it right here. And like I said, I got a very comforting fish plushie, and I like that I have that here because I've been wanting to have a certain plushie that I can just hold on stream, have on stream. And also, I will say this now, I also created these automated posts, not because I wanted to be weird about it, but because, like, I haven't streamed for like 2 weeks, and that was because I was sick, and I was like, you know what, maybe I should tell my followers next time why I'm not streaming. And it's like, oh yeah, not streaming due to being ill. I made one like that. I've made one, obviously, for the Instagram notification. If you go and check it out, I put it in there, and it's one with my avatar that you see in the corner, like here, like the ticker thing, as well as like one of my other things. And it's not to say that it's always going to be this way, because obviously not. I do plan on upgrading, and I think I've been saying that for a while. It's just I have a lot of other finances to deal with as well, so I'm just streaming with what I have. And I honestly have been dealing with the fact that and I'm getting really personal here, like I don't get very personal about this stuff, but I have been in the middle of also like dealing with the fact that I stopped doing therapy, not by choice, more out of the fact that the program that I was in, I aged out of earlier this month. So I have not done therapy in about 2 weeks, and trying to process everything by myself is still, it's not as hard as it used to be years ago, but it's still one of those things where I'm like, I know I have a lot of stuff I need to work out um, for years to come. But for right now, I'm just dealing with what I've got. Um, I have plans that I've been making for other things. Like for one, I plan on going to VidCon at some point, and I might go to TwitchCon. Who knows? But those take a lot of planning, and it involves a lot of money. And like I said, I'm just trying to take everything slowly. And ironically, it's only the third month of the year, and already we're halfway through it. And weirdly enough, I've also made myself a certain resolution. And the resolution I made for myself, and I really hope that this stays here on the internet as well, and that there is some improvement. But one of my biggest things that I want to do is it's just have a year of change. And that means in any sort of aspect of my life besides just being on here. Like, I know this is a big start, especially because I realized one of the things I wanted to do, and that I have been kind of doing, if you don't know, oh wait, I didn't link one for TikTok, is that I've also been doing TikTok for a while. It's linked in my About Me, like down below, so if you want to go check that out, go ahead. But I've been doing TikTok for a while. I've made content on TikTok for a long time. I'm not big on there, almost like 400 followers, which isn't a lot, but you know what? Hey, it's an audience. And I realized I wanted to do content creation. TikTok was kind of my place where I was making stuff, not just for myself, but just for fun, and just out of everything that I want to talk about half the time and want to create. Don't get me wrong, I still want to make vlogs. I think I have the ability to do it. It's just the fear of what if this doesn't turn out well, and it's okay. And also, I have a video on my YouTube channel for Sanderside stuff, especially because I know I have a big Sandersides audience. When it comes to anything I make Sandersides, it just blows up in the community. Everybody's big about it. It's a lot. And, there's a lot of things that I want to create, that I want to do for you guys, that I want to do as well for me, so that we're able to have more streams like this and I can use this camera more. Like I said, because I stream off of a laptop, and the port that I use to stream my games is the same port I have to use to plug in this camera. And just so you have a better view of me, of Nemo, and just anything that I stream that isn't used with a mouse, because I have to use a mouse for a lot of it. Do I think that's going to impact me more in life? No, I don't. Just going, and how not just like one person, but just how there can be anybody who can watch you stream and know that you have potential and know that you can do anything. It's definitely a huge thing out there. And I really don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, there are certain things that I'm like looking forward to in the future. Like right now, I am saving up for a lot of things. I'm also trying not to spend my money because of bills. I'm an adult, okay? When you become an adult life is stressful. Hence, Nemo being here. Okay, we have Nemo here for moral support and the fact that adult life is hard. And truthfully, doing anything as an adult, especially with someone who has learned that they had a disability. It can be a little more challenging at that point because now you got to figure out how to do it without having an already automatic like schedule for things. Oh yeah, and boom. If you guys want to subscribe to my channel on YouTube, since I just mentioned it, now it's in the chat too. But basically, I have been doing a lot in my life outside of Twitch, and some of it is very beneficial to the job I do. Some of it isn't very beneficial to here, and I want to be able to work with having both in my life for now, only because one has a source of income, one doesn't. And, I like to see not just consistency, but I plan on doing more here. Like, for example, I want to be able to have a good routine schedule with you guys and stream as much as I can. But I also live with a lot of people and I have other responsibilities. So right now, and I'm not saying that's an excuse, I'm just saying right now, it's kind of tough and that there isn't an excuse for me pushing it off. But that we can still, we can still do this. And if you want to share this stream, go ahead, do so. There's an ability to down below. But the whole thing with streaming is that it's not like it's difficult, but it's not difficult. Like something I think I tried to announce last time was that I plan on building a PC. I haven't gotten anything for it yet. Like I still have to plan on getting the case, memory, and so many other things. And it's very difficult. It's very difficult to do that when you don't have not not a big audience. Like I think it's more like in the sense of if you are trying to do what you're doing and you know that there's a lot going on, then that sometimes makes it, I guess, a little easier because you're like, hey, they have a lot going on. And right now, I am just at the beginning. I am streaming with what I've got. I'm streaming with very limited supplies. I'm streaming with a desk that doesn't exactly fit a sort of computer that I would need. And also, I had to clean my room because I live in a very small box of a room. But I'm trying. I'm trying here. And one of the things I want to say is I'm being as humble as I can. I'm doing with everything what I can. I know one of the other things I need to do is get new headphones because even though the microphone works, my audio input does not work very well. Like every now and again, I might hear stuff here and there. Every now and again, I might not. It's just a matter of seeing where things are. Hello. But at the same time, it's a matter of, things happening, these being in there. You joined me and Nemo. I have stuff linked in the chat if you want to follow. But yeah, basically, what I'm saying is I plan on streaming more. I plan on having to not make a concrete schedule for you guys. I don't think I'm going to be able to do that quite yet. I'm going to have to see with what, life throws at me and what days I have available to stream. I do plan on getting back into YouTube as well, hence my channel being there. Most of my updates, like I said, once again, they're also on Instagram and Twitter. That's especially Twitter. That's where I am half the time if it's not Instagram. And sometimes I'll post like my TikTok shorts on YouTube as well if you want to check those out. And, my TikTok is linked in the About Me. And like I said, I just want to grow. I want to be able to do this for you guys. I want to be able to do a lot. And like I said, I was starting to get on the point of I plan on, building a PC for myself, which is a lot of money and a lot of time. And I can't guarantee it's going to be done quickly. And it's just like this where I'm like, I can't guarantee that everything's going to be done on this kind of camera, especially if I'm going to try and stream a game that I can only stream a certain way or that requires me to have a mouse present, then yeah, that's that's going to be a little difficult because then you're going to get the shitty camera I have on my laptop. Like, don't get me wrong, it does what it does and it functions very, very well for it being a crappy camera. But sometimes I'm like, this sucks that I need it. But like for things like reactions, I can always not use that and have this camera here if we wanted, and things like that. if I get sick, I was trying to say earlier how I made automated posts for Twitter. I don't think I made automated ones for Instagram, mainly because I think if I'm going to use it on Twitter, I could just put it on my story on Instagram as well. So, things like that. But um, point being, I am just trying to figure out, trying to figure out consistency for here, as well as consistency for everything else involving you guys, because I really like doing this. I think it's very fun. I think it's also very interactive. I get to be in front of people, and we get to create parasocial relationships with each other. Like I said, I'm a fish and emo. Yeah, my sister won him for me last time. Um, but yeah, and other things like that. And things are gonna come up, and um, it's gonna be slow. It's a lot of change. I'm very grateful that so far we have some of you guys here on Twitch. I'm grateful for some of you guys who are already on Twitter and and Instagram and stuff. But there's a lot to unpack. I also plan, like I said, I plan on coming back to YouTube. I have an idea for a vlog. I just need to find time and I need to find friends that I can do this with, and we can all agree on it and not have an issue. And like I said, I do have a future stream in mind. That person hasn't really gotten back to me on how they feel, especially because I'm like, hey, look, we can do this. It'll just be us, and and then also figuring out how I'm gonna stream that from like using two cameras, especially because it's gonna need that like at this point. Um, but yeah, I really am hoping that in the future I can do more with you guys, that I can stream more. I have so many ideas, so many plans. It's just me trying to get everything in order and trying to do this. And I'm not trying to spit out empty promises, although that's what it feels like. And I know in recent time it does come off that way. I'm not trying to spell it like that, and I will say this is probably not going to be a very long stream because I am just giving you guys a quick update on what's happened in my life. It's just, I work a lot. I have something that is very big for me at my job that might be coming up, and I'm looking forward to it, and it's a big step for me. I'm also looking into moving out and all this other fun jazz. And with moving out, I think I've talked about it before, how I've been looking to move to a different country, and that in itself is very difficult and very expensive. And yeah, there's just a lot on my plate, and there's just a lot going on in life. And I don't want to leave you guys behind on the journey. I want to be able to still do this, and I'm still scheduling my time with you guys. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this stream. I'm sorry that it's not very long. I have, like I said, my little fish Nemo with me, but I hope you can tune in next time when I actually have something more, not just interesting to stream, but also just something that's a little more, just something that's a little more substantial. Like I said, I have plans in the works. I have things in the works. I have ideas in the works and many other things out there. And when I am able to organize it, get things ready, and actually be able to prep and have things finalized, I might be able to do a schedule with you guys. Okay? Plus, I also have to get new headphones because the microphone works, but the audio doesn't. So, yeah. I'm sorry if I sound like a broken record. I repeated like the same thing 5 times. And I hope you enjoyed. Okay, bye.